Hello student, this is Latif sir. Today I'll discuss about measurement of conductance of electrolytic solution. Measurement of conductance of electrolytic solution. You know that those substances which allow the passage of electricity through them are known as conductors. And you also know that there are two types of conductor. One is metallic conductor, another is electrolytic conductor. Okay, in this chapter we are interested only with the electrolytic solution or electrolytic conductor. And now every conducting materials, huh, every conductor materials, it may be metallic conductor or electrolytic conductor. Every conducting materials offer some obstruction to the flow of electricity, and this obstruction is called resistance. You have studied in class 10th physics that uh, every conducting materials offer some obstruction to the flow of electricity, which is called resistance, and it is denoted by capital R, and the unit of resistance is ohm. You have studied in class 10 physics, remember that resistance, huh? Now resistance of any object directly depends on two factors. There are mainly four factors. For metallic conductor, resistance depends on the nature of metals and temperature and length of the conductor and the area of conductor, cross sectional area. Huh. So here you have to read that resistance of any object is directly proportional to the length, that is L, and inversely proportional to its area of cross section, that is A. So R directly proportional to L and inversely proportional to A. So by combining these two statement, that is the R directly proportional to L and R inversely proportional to A, you will get the relation R is equal to rho L by A. Remember this same relation you have studied in class 10 physics, that is R is equal to resistance is equal to rho L by A, where L is the length of the conductor and A is the area of cross section. In case of electrolytic solution, L is the distance between the two electrode and A is the area of each electrode, area of cross section of each electrode. Okay, where rho is called specific resistance or resistivity, and the SI unit of specific resistance or resistivity is ohm meter. Okay, in SI system it is the SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter, or in CJ system it is ohm centimeter. You have to remember that. And now uh, rho is specific resistance or resistivity, huh? And the inverse of resistance is called conduction. Inverse of resistance is called conductance. Okay, that is represented by the symbol capital G, and G is called conductance, and conductance is inverse of resistance, that is G is equal to 1 by R, and unit of resistance is ohm. Therefore unit of conductance is ohm inverse, or it is also called mho. Okay, and it is also expressed in Siemens and denoted by S, capital S. So ohm inverse, mho, or Siemens, all are same, all are units of conductance, and conductance is the inverse of resistance. And inverse of resistivity, that is rho, inverse of rho is called conductivity. Inverse of capital R is called conductance, and inverse of conductivity, that is inverse of rho, is called conductivity. And conductivity is it is represented by the symbol kappa. It is looks like K, but it is actually kappa. Okay, so conductivity is the inverse of resistivity. Yeah. So kappa or K is equal to 1 by rho, because kappa is a Greek letter. It looks like K, but it is not actually K. Okay, and kappa is equal to 1 by rho. So uh, the equation of resistance become R is equal to rho L by A, which becomes uh, R is equal to, instead of rho you have to write 1 by kappa, because kappa is equal to 1 by rho, then rho is equal to 1 by kappa. So R is equal to 1 by kappa into L by A, and the SI unit of conductivity SI unit of conductivity is Siemens meter inverse, and it is also expressed in Siemens centimeter inverse in CGS unit. In CGS system, a unit of conductivity is Siemens centimeter inverse. In SI system, the unit of conductivity is Siemens meter inverse. Okay. So arranging this equation, you will get that conductivity, that is kappa, is equal to G, that is conductance, into L by A, and this L by A is known as cell constant. Okay, so I am discussing about the measurement of uh, conductance of solution. For measuring the resistance, and I have told that every types of conductor, it may be metallic conductor or electrolytic conductor, so some types of some amount of resistance. Okay, so for measuring the resistance of an ionic solution, of an electrolytic solution, there are two problems. For measuring the resistance of an ionic solution or of an electrolytic solution, there are two problems. First problem is passing of direct current through the electrolytic solution changes the composition of the solution. Passing of direct current through the electrolytic solution changes the composition of solution. And uh, second problem is a solution cannot be a solution cannot be connected to the bridge like a metallic wire or a solid conductor. And these two problems are solved by using conductivity cell. So what is conductivity cell? And this is the conductivity cell in the figure, you can see. Huh. So conductivity cell, the problem of measuring the resistance of an ionic solution can be resolved by using a source of alternating current. And the second problem is resolved by using a specially designed vessel, which is called conductivity cell. This figure is actually a figure of conductivity cell. Huh. In a conductivity cell, a conductivity cell consists of two platinum electrode. You can see in the figure two platinum electrode coated with platinum black, and they have area of cross section A. uh, Area of cross section of each platinum electrode is A, and both the platinum electrodes are separated by a distance L. So resistance of this resistance of such a column of solution is given by the equation R is equal to rho L by A. This is similar equation whatever you have studied in class 10. uh, okay, the equation of resistance is same. R is equal to rho L by A. In conductivity cell, the L is the length between two electrodes, and A is the area of cross section of each electrode. And you have to place the electrolytic solution in between two electrode. Okay. and then you have to measure the resistance, conductance. Okay. Here the L by A, that L by A is called cell constant, and cell constant is denoted by the symbol G star, capital G star. That is G star, simply capital G means conductance, but G star means cell constant, which is L by A. Now you have to read about different types of conductivity of solution, of electrolytic solution. First, molar conductivity, which is represented by lambda m, capital lambda m. Lambda m means molar conductivity, and it is defined as the conducting power. Molar conductivity, it is defined as the conducting power of all ion produced by dissolving 1 mole of electrolyte in solution. What is molar conductivity? It is defined as the conducting power of all ions produced by dissolving in 1 mole of an electrolyte in solution. You know that in case of electrolytic conductor, the conductor of electricity are conductors of electricity are ion, positively and negatively charged ions are the conductor of electricity. Okay. And in case of molar conductivity, the conducting power of all the ions produced by dissolving 1 mole of an electrolyte in solution is the molar conductivity of that solution. Okay. And mathematically, molar conductivity, you can calculate molar conductivity using the formula lambda m is equal to 1000 kappa by m, where kappa is the conductivity, and m is the molarity of the solution. Molarity of the solution. Kappa is the conductivity, m is the molarity of the solution. So how to calculate molar conductivity? You have to use the formula lambda m is equal to kappa into 1000 by m, where kappa is the conductivity and m is the molarity of the solution, that is concentration of solution. You can also write lambda m is equal to kappa into 1000 by c, where c is the concentration, molar concentration of the solution. Now, unit of molar conductivity. The unit of molar conductivity is Siemens centimeter square mole inverse 1, or mole inverse. Okay, Siemens centimeter square mole inverse is the unit of molar conductivity. You have to memorize the definition of molar conductivity, the formula of calculation of molar conductivity, and unit of molar conductivity. These are important points. Okay. Now another type of conductivity is equivalent conductivity. It is represented as lambda E. And what is equivalent conductivity? It is the conductivity of all ions produced by dissolving 1 gram equivalent of an electrolyte in solution. Similar to molar conductivity, in case of molar conductivity, you have to use 1 mole of you have to calculate the conductivity of 1 mole electrolytic solution. But in case of equivalent conductivity, you have to calculate the conductivity of all ion present in 1 gram equivalent of an electrolyte, in 1 gram equivalent. That's why it is equivalent conductivity. But in molar conductivity of electrolytic solution containing 1 mole of that electrolyte. Okay. So similar to molar conductivity, equivalent conductivity has a formula, and the equivalent conductivity lambda lambda is equal to kappa into 1000 by n. Kappa into 1000 by n, where kappa is the conductivity, normal conductivity, and n is the normality of the solution. In case of molar conductivity, lambda m is equal to kappa into 1000 by m, where m is the molar concentration or molarity of the solution. But in case of equivalent conductivity, lambda E is equal to kappa into 1000 by n, where n is the normality of the solution. An unit of equivalent conductivity is Siemens centimeter square per gram equivalent, that is Siemens centimeter square gram equivalent inverse. Okay, so you have to remember the definition of molar conductivity, equivalent conductivity, and unit of molar conductivity, equivalent conductivity, and formula of molar conductivity and equivalent conductivity. Okay, and all this type of conductivity depends on the number of ions present in solution. Okay, now variation of conductivity and molar variation of normal conductivity, that is kappa, and molar conductivity, that is lambda m, with dilution. What will happen if you dilute an electrolytic solution? Huh? That is what will be the net result on conductivity on dilution? So variation of conductivity and molar conductivity with dilution. Conductivity, that is normal conductivity, that is kappa, decreases with decrease in concentration. Kappa decreases with decrease in concentration because this is because the number of ions per unit volume that carry the current in the solution decreases on dilution. Conductivity decreases with decrease in concentration. This is because the number of ions per unit volume that carry the current in the solution decreases on dilution. Okay, and I have told that if number of ions decreases, then conductivity also decreases. If number of ions in solution increases, then conductivity increases. Okay, so on dilution, as the number of ions decreases, conductivity also decreases. Now molar conductivity. Huh. Molar conductivity, that is lambda m, increases with decrease in concentration. Molar conductivity increases with decrease in concentration. This is because here the total volume of the solution containing 1 mole of electrolyte also increases. Okay, on dilution, in case of molar conductivity, on dilution the total volume of the solution here containing 1 mole of electrolyte increases. One point you have to remember, that in molar conductivity the number of moles of that is 1 mole of electrolyte always present. That is uh, volume volume increases but number of moles of electrolytes remains same on dilution. That's why molar conductivity increases with decrease in concentration. Now when concentration of solution, electrolyte solution, approaches to zero, the molar conductivity, then the molar conductivity of that solution, when the concentration approaches to zero, then the molar conductivity is known as limiting molar conductivity and is represented by the symbol lambda m. Here one graph is given. In this figure or graph, you can see variation how lambda m, that is molar conductivity, is varies with the concentration, molar concentration of the solution. Here molar concentration is represented with C. Here the graph is actually graph between lambda m versus root C or C to the power half. This graphs is the variation of lambda m with concentration C, molar concentration. Okay, for strong electrolyte, that is KCl, you can see in the figure. For strong electrolyte, the lambda m decreases with increasing concentration, that is with increasing C, root C. Okay, lambda m decreases for strong electrolyte with increasing concentration in a straight line. But for weak electrolyte like acetic acid, ammonium hydroxide, for weak electrolyte, the lambda m also decreases with increasing C concentration, that is with increasing root C or C to the power half. But the graph is different from the strong electrolyte. In case of weak electrolyte, the graph is like a curve. Okay, that is, for weak electrolyte, on increasing concentration, the conductivity of weak electrolyte decreases. Molar conductivity of weak electrolyte decreases very, very fast. Okay, so these two line, one is for strong electrolyte, that is for KCl, NaCl. KCl, NaCl, the graph for KCl, NaCl looks like similar. Okay, and for weak electrolyte, the graph becomes a curve. Okay, so these are the variation of molar conductivity with the concentration of the solution. Huh. In this one figure, uh, two graph is given. Huh. One is for strong electrolyte, another is for weak electrolyte. And I think you have understood how the molar conductivity of weak electrolytes and strong electrolyte decreases with concentration, with increasing concentration. Similarly, you can say that with decreasing concentration, the conductivity of solution increases. With decreasing, that is from right to left, on going from right to left, towards zero, that is constant on going from right to left, in the concentration axis, along the concentration axis. If you decrease the concentration of the solution, molar conductivity increases for both strong electrolyte and for weak electrolyte also. Okay, you have to remember the effect of dilution on the conductivity and molar conductivity. uh, with this graph you have to explain with this graph. Okay, thank you.